Alright everyone, and then let's look at what's going on with Maya and your first rigging assignments. Okay, it doesn't get deeper than that. Let me just check a couple things right here. And so you have a character right here that has in reality bones in it already. I'll show you. Let me zoom in. And the first thing you need to know when you're gonna do bones, you are gonna want to do a shading that is called X-ray joint. Alright, that's the most important part of what you want right here. Very, very important. So what you're gonna build is basically that right here. A simple skeleton that would let move your mesh perfectly. Okay? So when you move something after that, after you attached it, you are going to be able to move your leg. Alright? There is some IK right there on it. This is something you will do also. Alright, to move stuff. You will have a thing like that. Okay, but we're not gonna use that one. This is from a student's mesh. I just want to use this mesh. It's simple and it should work okay. Alright. And make sure everything is good. Alright. So first thing first, you want to go into the orthographic viewport. We're gonna start with the legs. And I have a trick. I showed you that earlier. I don't 99% of the people go to the let's go. You have to go into the rigging mode and you go to skeleton and create joints right here. That's your menu. And most of the people, as I said, you are in X-ray joint. You don't need to be in X-ray like that. You can be just in X-ray joint. Most of the people, 99% will do click one, they'll click again right there to create the bones, and then click it again, and then they'll do the complete thing just like that, and then they click right here, and they got a setup. Okay, then they'll go right here, and then let's say they'll readjust that like that, and like that, and then they readjust this one, until it fits perfectly, and they go right here, and they will simply move it and then rotate it like that. Alright, and that's the simple way that most of the people are going to do. There is a major problem with that very often is that the axis of rotation get messed up because see how they are different right here, and they shouldn't be. Those two are good, and that's a big problem when you start animating. So I've created another technique to do that usually yield a better result. And the way you do it is that, let's say on the side like that, is that you don't drag when you make the bones. So you go to skeleton, you go create joints, and you click where you want to put the joint, right here, and then you click on enter. You do not drag. And then you repeat that. You go to create joint, and you go where the knee is, click on it, but don't drag, and click on enter. You do that again. See, that's the zoom. Do that again right here. Let's say for the ankle, click on enter. And now for the feet, so we can have motion of the toes at the end right here. Alright, and click on enter. And now I'm going to replace those manually where they should be. Alright, right here into another viewport like that where they should be, and I'll check to make sure it is properly located. Alright, now after I've done that, very simple, I go right there and I'm gonna parent them. I showed you parent before. It's one of the video. This is where we're gonna use it because like that it gives a better axis of rotation default wise. Okay, and the way you do it is simply by selecting the child and then the parent. The parent is the root always of your chain. This is the end. This is the biggest child of all the parent. This is the parent. This is a child of that parent, but this is the parent of that child, and this one is the parent of that child. You know what I'm getting at. Alright, so it's a chain with that one the main parent basically. So we select the first child and the main parent, and we click on the letter P as on Paul on the keyboard, and that creates our connection. We do the same thing right here, the child, the parent, click on P as on Paul, child, parent, click on P as on Paul, child, parent, click on P as on Paul, and then you have your chain. Alright, You want to check it. Alright, mine might not be really good. You need to give it might be okay. If you look at right here, I have a small angle. This is very important. You do not do something like that. I'll do it quickly. Let me snap to the grid. You do not do something like that. Alright. Because right here, Maya does not know how to rotate. And most likely, and I'll check it out with an eye candle. It's a special system that lets you walk and use only the child. See, it won't work. Oh, let me get rid of that. It's not going to do anything. It's going to get stuck. See, that's the big problem. You got to tell Maya which way it's going to bend. So you got to give him a slight angle that indicates how it's going to bend. It doesn't get different than that. Alright, let's check horse quickly. Skeleton, create eye candle. And you'll get more about the eye candle during the proper week. I just want to interest right here. And now you can do that with it. Alright, and we can see that maybe we have some problems or not with it. And we do have some problems with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to readjust things. That means that in reality there are a bending right here. Alright, that Maya think basically that it needs to bend this way. That's the problem. So just like I was saying, so we need to get rid of the eye candle, and we need to readjust, which I didn't because I kept it in the middle. We need to readjust that. Okay, that was my error right here. That's good actually, so you guys can see it, and you bring it back right here. Okay, and you want it as flat as possible so you don't get much of that problem. That side you want the bending right here. Let's try it again. And it's still there, so that means we need to readjust. Let me see that. It's still at that bending. So if you have a problem like that, and that does happen because of the mesh very often, what you do is that it still has a bending. If you look at it, you can see it. So I would have to get rid of that bending completely, which is possible. But tricky to do. And I have other ways to do it if I need to. There you go. See, now it's better. The bending is the other way, so you'll have to adjust that. That depends on your character sometimes. Alright, yeah, let's get rid of that. Okay. And what you can do, you adjust it until it's perfect, basically. Now it needs to be in the middle anyway, but right, yeah, that might be better right there. Still have the little and right here. Now we're talking. See, now it's perfect. It will rotate just the way it should be. It takes a little bit of time to do that, obviously. Now for the other leg, you just, let me delete that. You just select that and Shift D on your keyboard to get another one. Alright, and then put it in the proper position and rotate it. Let me see that. So that should work out. Let me test both of them now. No, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. Being right here, right there. That looks good. And let's do another eye candle right here. And that looks good too. See, it follows pretty well the mesh. It's not too bad. You could use more tweak, it always can. But in the video, it's time enough for that. So I'll see you in the rest of the video where I'll do the arms and the pelvis in part 2.